mother cuppers. Woo! Man! We are in week 16. Some of us, well, we didn't get this far. One of us, he got through. He's in the semis. That's right. It's you, Ant. Well done, sir.
Exhale, everybody. We got one through. Hate to see my boys fall along the way, but
Yeah.
glad to be in the fun.
No, for sure, man. I wish I was there. Unfortunately, Tua and Tyreek had a different plan for me. We'll get to that. Logan, you had a good week. That was good. You're well, you know what? Let's just talk about it. Let's get into last week's PreCup. And let's go ahead and start with Logan and Nick. They were playing for the opportunity to run the beer mile. And well, the winner didn't have to. Logan, you took down Nick and you called blowout of the week, didn't you?
I sure did. But you know what? I didn't really have anything to do with it. Jared Goff, on the other hand, had a little bit to say in the matter. Dude put up 51 fucking points. So yeah, on the back of Mr. Jared Goff, I got blowout of the week. Suck it, Nick.
Yeah, well done. And then also in the beer mile playoffs, we'll call it, Eddie took on Nate, and Nate, this man, he was on a heater at the end of the regular season, rolled into the playoffs. He's safe. Nate doesn't have to run the beer mile. Well done, Nate. Baker Mayfield and Jerry Jeudy carried him to a victory, even though Josh Allen threw up 45 points for old Eddie. So let's jump into the playoff brackets.
Well done with Tank Financial.
For sure. So in the playoffs, we had Greg going up against Chris. That one was a close one, man. Chris won by 10 points. Brian Thomas Jr. and Malik Neighbors, his freaking LSU rookies, went banana sandwich, and Philly, that defense helped out a lot. Even though the Eagles on the other side also had good games. You know, Jalen Hurts hooking up with A.J. Brown, they scored a ton of points. It just wasn't enough to get it done. Well done, Chris. Then we had my matchup. I was going up against Paul. Felt like I was going to get the dub. We all chose me to get the dub. ESPN chose me to get the dub. Paul had other plans. Paul said, no, sir. No, sir.
Other plans.
Yeah. Buffalo being in the same division as Miami, I don't know. He put some freaking AFC North voodoo on me. And even though I had James Conner, the number one running back on the week, I had Terry McLaurin, which is like the number 4 wide receiver on the week. Drake McBride, like probably the number 1 receiver on the week. I don't know. Or tight end on the week, rather. Didn't matter because Tua and freaking Tyreek said, hey, Nick, take the rest of the season off, bro. You're good. Just go for dynasty. You're done in the DOC. Paul wins.
Remember, this matchup started Thursday night with Brock Purdy giving him a stinker, and all of us thinking that the matchup was over.
It was a wrap.
And he won by 30. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Well, really, this is Cincinnati and Devontae Adams. I mean, Adams went nuclear. 43 points.
Yeah.
Cincinnati's D, like, did they score twice?
No, well, almost.
Almost.
The second one just kind of, you know. And Paul had the other dude on his team that did that same thing, Jonathan Taylor. What are the odds? This dude had 2 drop touchdowns in 1 week.
Wow, that's true.
Unreal. Yeah, it could have been way worse. That would have been blowout of the week if his players weren't, you know, stupid. Whatever. It happened. We're done with it. Well done, Paul. And then the last one was Anthony and Derek. Anthony, just how'd it go, man? How'd this go down?
It was nip and tuck for most of it. Yeah, Derek didn't get the craziest game in the world from the Bengals, and that gross Titans game. And Derrick Henry was like not a huge factor in the Ravens stomping out the Giants somehow. That really set him back. He got 2 touchdowns out of Nico when he had 14 total yards. So that was kind of fortunate for him. But yeah, my big guns stepped up. Justin and Amon-Ra, 57 points between them. Daniels almost got a 30. Gibbs almost a 30. And even Brees Hall contributed. Put one in the end zone as we put Derek, Mr. President, out to retirement. He comes back as a citizen next season.
Holy moly. All right. Well, yeah, so, Anthony, well done. Get one for the PreCup, man. Just take it home, baby. Take it home. So, we chose who we thought were going to win and who we thought were going to lose. And, well, Anthony, you got 1 out of the 5, right? You went 1 and 4. Logan, you did a little better at 2 out of the 5. 2 and 3 there. And man, if I would have gotten my victory, that would have been awesome. But I went 3 and 2, which brought the totals for the season a lot closer. I'm at 48 and 35. Logan, you're at 50 and 33. And Anthony, you have anything's possible. You can still come back, but you're at 43 and 40. So anyway, that's enough about week 15. Let's put that one to rest. I know I want to. And let's get into week 16, shall we? Let's see what the Lizard has to say.
Drinking out of cups, being a bitch.
All right, guys, week 16. We got some matchups that do not matter. We have some that matter a whole hell of a lot, and we got 2 dudes not even playing. Greg's on a bye. Good for you, Bang Bang Scissor Gang. And Seth is also on a bye. Woo! Attracting flies. Got a heartbeat over here. Still feeling okay. We'll see what week 17 brings him. But 2 guys that are definitely not going to play him are Logan and Nate. So Barks and Recreation's going up against Yo Soy Fiesta. You don't have to run a beer mile. This match does not matter, and I'm picking Logan.
Going Logan as well. Jameis got benched. The Jerry Jeudy magic ends.
Yep.
All right, so that's 3 for Logan. Let's get into the next one. It's going to be Derek, and it's going to be me. Chasing Cups and Tank for Tua. Our hopes and dreams were dashed in the first round of the playoffs. I beat Derek twice this season. I don't think I'll beat him a 3rd time. I'm giving it to Derek.
Derek as well. His Bengals bounce back.
Go Derek here. I'm surprised that you kept the name Tank for Tua as long as you did, though. Good on you.
It was working, man. I got a little superstitious, if we're being honest. Wish I would have changed it right before the playoffs. That would have been better for my superstition, apparently. All right, let's get into the matchups that do matter. First one is going to be Eddie and Nick Manarino. We don't have a toilet bowl, but if we did, it would be this one. This is super important. We thought about making this the last matchup, to be honest with you, because of how important it is. But Eddie's got Josh Allen. He's got Javonte going right now, and he's not, killing him, which is good. 6.8 at the moment. And I don't see Cooper Kupp getting another goose this week. So I think, I don't know. Nick's team, he's got Aaron. He's been looking a lot better. His running backs are solid. I think I'm going to give this one to Eddie. Nick, you're going to meet this guy over here after this week.
I don't agree. I've got Nick. No, I've got Eddie. I've got Eddie as well.
Okay.
I did have a tough time picking this, but Chubb, I've been a little flaccid lately. not very good in 3 of his last 4. But then Eddie's side is like Travis Etienne. Do you have anybody else?
That's not how you say his name.
Nick already left 21 points, first half points from Bo Nix on the bench, so his streak of picking the wrong quarterback looking like it might stay alive. Yeah, I think the Josh Allen kicker for Eddie in the afternoon, he's got the highest ceiling in this matchup. I think that pushes him over the top. I got the big Ed rookie of the year.
Hey, wait. I don't want to skate over this matchup. I actually have some stuff to say. This is an important matchup. Like you said, we almost made it like the finale. Like, you don't want to lose this motherfucker.
No.
And I do love Eddie, but there's some reason to it. You wouldn't think so, but I think the wide receiving core on Eddie's side is strong. I think Cup bounces back from the goose. I think that's in the mind of his best friend, Matt Stafford, and he's been hearing that all week, and I'm sure he feeds him the ball. I think Zay has a good game, and I think Jonnu probably does Jonnu shit. I definitely prefer him over the tight end on the other side. And his RBs aren't great, but they got passing grades. I mean, Javante's barely skating by. Apparently, he has 3 catches right now, and he still only has 6.8. But I don't expect a lot from either of them, but I think they'll be fine. And Josh Allen's going to be Josh Allen. So there you go. Sorry, bow time.
Yeah.
Bow time.
Yeah.
Bow time.
It was bow time. He missed it. Halftime and 20 points. That's brutal.
You got to go.
Oh, my. All right, let's get into some different matchups with some different prizes at the end.
If Nick does lose this matchup, though, he's got to change his team name to Toilet Bow, right, for the final game.
Oh, my goodness, yes. Oh, I'm pulling for Eddie even more now. Like, let me say that.
I didn't even notice that.
That's brilliant. All right, let's get into this first one that matters a whole lot for the quest for the cup. It is Paul and Anthony. Rock out with your Brock out, taking on Jetta Whippin. Paul kind of limped into the playoffs and then had a really great round 1 on the back of Devontae Adams and company. I think Adams gets back to like normal this week. Not like, I think he scores like 20 plus fantasy points, but I don't think he goes north of 30. I think he'll be fine. And Purdy has to be better. He has no running backs in San Francisco. None. They're all gone. I know this because I have all 3 of them on my dynasty squad. Doesn't matter. Purdy's got to be better. He's gonna get the other guys involved. And Ant, on your side, man, you beat Paul, I think, in week 11. Yeah. You already beat him once, and you like crushed him. It wasn't even close. Your running backs and wide receivers are great, and you gotta love your rookie wide receiver. The one you drafted in the 2nd round. Nope. That dude's on your bench. Jalen McMillan is who we are talking about. Damn. Just throwing him in there over Marv. I don't hate it. He's been more consistent over the last couple weeks. And I'm giving this one to you. I don't know if... Yeah, I almost said blow of the week. I'm not. Paul's got a good squad. They could go off. But I'm giving it to you anyway. Logan, how you feeling about this matchup?
Paul does have a good squad, and while it's easy to disrespect it, it's also a team that shows up week to week. By hook or by crook. There's a lot of question marks that he wouldn't have expected, but there's also like a lot of cool stuff that's like recently taken place for Paul, which makes his team a little bit more dangerous, like Devontae and Rodgers, clicking and him getting
their boyfriends again.
It's a really good time to do it, and they're playing LA. Pretty easy to capitalize on. The trouble is you don't know what to think of DJ Moore. You don't know what to think of Drake London with a Michael Penix. I think Chase Brown and JT have good games. But at this point in the season, the final four, if you have one question mark, it's a problem. If you have a couple, it's a death sentence. And right now, all I wrote down for Anthony's team is that it's in peak form. Jaden has found himself. It's a terrible matchup if you look at it from their previous matchup, but I anticipate Jaden has a better game. I said 4 or 5 shows ago that if Monty goes down or whoever goes down in Detroit's backfield, the other guy's going to be the best guy in the league. And lo and behold, this is where we're at. Brees Hall hasn't been here for 3 weeks, but he's here now against an easy D. JJ's making huge plays. Amon just had a huge week. Looks like you're going to get your quarterback back in Las Vegas. And I don't fault you either for playing Jalen. I think you have an interesting. You'll figure out a way to stress about Sam Laporta or Jalen McMillan, but I think you're right to lean the way you're leaning. I don't think it's going to be a blowout or anything like that. I do have you winning.
Let's go. Yeah, boys. Chase Brown has been electric for Paul lately, but the first time they played Cleveland, they slowed him down. And I think it was when, probably the last game Moss was still there, and that might have been the game that Moss got hurt. But he got 15 carries, and they held him under 3 yards a rush in that first game against Cleveland. So if he gets slowed down, that's a big hit to Paul's lineup right there. Buffalo's defense has given up 3 touchdowns to tight ends all year. So I don't love Hunter Henry here. 2 of those touchdowns were in one game to Noah Gray, who Paul has on his bench, coincidentally. I think London's a big X factor, wild card in this, because if Penix can come out and just hit him consistently, I think London's set to go off as the next guy who we look up and is oh shit, he's top 5, because he's I think borderline top 10 season now, and Kirk died 3 weeks ago, and he's still been throwing him the ball. So yeah, I mean, what's his name? Penix played with Adunze. That was his guy in college. Similar player, honestly. Big body, go up and get it. I think London's even a little more athletic than him. So you never know. Could be his breakout. We'll see. Daniels versus Philly. Don't love it, but the first time he played them was the game after he hurt himself. So he was banged up. He looks like he's feeling a lot better now. So I think Jaden produces in this. I'm loving Green Bay's D at home against the Saints with no Kamara and Spencer Rattler starting at quarterback and no healthy wide receivers. That could be big.
Olave has been weird.
Oh, no way. Bringing it back.
No, definitely
crazy.
not.
But yeah, hopefully AOC coming back for Brock Bowers this week. Nancy Pelosi can't keep a good bitch down, but the bar is low. We got our fingers crossed that Aiden O'Connell is coming back to the lineup on a broken leg. That's where it is in Vegas.
Yeah.
But yeah, we need Brock, and then Jalen McMillan. I should have played him last week. He outplayed Marv. I just even the target, when he gets targets, their offense they're not good. They're jump balls that Kyler hits the defender in the shoulder blades with, or curls that there's someone hanging on it. It's just ugh. I don't know, man. I gotta change it up. I can't have him screw me over another week. So McMillan been looking good the last couple weeks. Bad Dallas secondary at this point. Trayvon Diggs out for the season now. All the attention going to Mike on the other side. I think he produces again. I think I got enough to beat Paul this week. Going to the finals.
Oh, yeah. All right. Huge Marvin Harrison Jr. game incoming.
Yeah. Bet on it. Probably bet on it.
For sure. All right. So, cool. We're all going with Ant on this one. Which brings us to the last matchup. It's Chris and it's Andrew. It is Neighbors Think I'm Selling Dope taking on Dude Where's Lamar. Andrew got to watch last week as the rest of us struggled to get a victory in the playoffs. But thank God, because the man he quietly put up 193, and I say quietly on account of, well, he wasn't playing anybody. Got a bye week, and it didn't even matter. He would have crushed everybody. Best score of the season. Well done, Andrew. I thought we were pulling back the velvet ropes for a moment, letting him back in. Because he's already in there, isn't he?
He's got the highest score ever in this.
That's what I thought. So he almost snuck back into the club. But this week, Lamar's got a bit tougher matchup, a divisional game. Pittsburgh always plays him pretty hard, and so I think he's gonna slide back down. I don't see him having that touchdown performance like he did last week. That being said, the running backs are great. The wide receivers are great. I don't love the rest of it, but I mean the Falcons against the Giants, that could be pretty awesome. On Chris's side, I like Matt Stafford this week against the Jets. Jets have been giving up a ton of points to wide receivers and quarterbacks in the last few weeks, so should have some points there. Looks like you're getting Kenneth Walker back, which could be good or bad. I'm not sure yet, but you're getting him back. And you got your LSU rookies still in the lineup, which was awesome last week. Won you the week. We'll see how it works out this week. I think I'm giving it to Andrew. I'm feeling pretty good about his lineup, so I'm going Andrew.
Right on. First question: how did LSU not win the national championship last year?
Unbelievable.
Jaden, Brian Thomas, and Malik. Okay, yeah, pretty good team.
Yeah.
I think there's two big questions in this matchup. They're both at quarterback. Does Chris whip out the Penix? Come on. I don't know. I don't love Stafford in this spot in New York early in the afternoon, West Coast going east. Feels like he's going to be a little old, a little creaky to start it out. I don't love it. I think he needs to score some points, and it's almost worth rolling the dice. I don't know. Maybe not. And then the other side, is Lamar ready for Pittsburgh this time around? 1-4 against the Steelers as a starter. 5 touchdowns, 8 interceptions in those games. Wasn't good the first time this season. So Tomlin knows how to fuck with Lamar, and I don't think Andrew wants to see that. Yeah, I kind of think he might have blown his load a little early during the bye week. I don't know if he's getting those numbers again. I would consider DeAndre Swift, even for injured Kenneth, banged up, healthy Kenneth Walker against the Lions defense. I don't know. If they're saying Walker's fully healthy, probably go Walker, but I wrote this down before that came out. But then on Andrew's side, the Muth, Watson, Falcons D stretch there just is iffy to me. I feel like that's hopeful in a lot of those spots. I think the bye week hangover might be a little real, and I got Chris licking the inside of the bag and getting to the final.
Holy shit, blood is thicker than water. Logan, how do you see it playing out?
I can't believe we don't have Pacheco in the starting lineup. Unbelievable. I think Ertz not playing is kind of a big deal. What I wrote down for Andrew is Muth ? And Watson ?
Yeah.
I just said this. It's the Final Four. You can't have more than one weakness. And I'm looking at 2. I don't trust Watson. There's too many mouths to feed. Pat Freiermuth very, very well may have a good game, but recently he's been the benefactor of George Pickens not being there. He's likely not going to be there this week as well. Even still, it's a wild card against a George Kittle on the other side, which, based on the second half of the season, and just like the shallow talent pool over there all of a sudden, like he's getting his looks, he's running his routes, he's the game plan in a lot of situations all of a sudden. You know what? So And I don't love Stafford. You know, you don't love Stafford being in there, but I get it. You're right. The Jets have let a lot of points come through recently.
Yeah.
Um, who's to think? You know, I don't have a good read on Walker, but he's certainly had enough time.
In a couple weeks.
He's been practicing and just easing him into it. I think Bijan has a great week. Kind of love Jordan Addison. I don't love Thomas, but damn, can you not? I mean, you got to love the matchup at Las Vegas. And Malik's that dude. You know what? I've got Mr. Two-time beating Mr. Regular Season in this one. It might be close, but you know, this isn't Lamar's time of the year. You know, you're gonna see a weird decline all of a sudden. I don't believe it. So I got Chris. Just don't win it next week.
Chris already with Dicker hit a banger to end the half there too. Got him a nice little 5.7
That
points.
was
to
a
close
good
the
one.
half.
Yeah.
I will say Andrew's good part of his team, the Jacobs, Cook, Evans, Nakua. I mean, that could carry the day. It could be enough, even if
So good.
even if that next three isn't great. He has the ability to win this with those top 5 guys.
Yeah, he's got those dudes, and don't forget he has Lamar, which yes, it's a tough matchup, but it could go off. And honestly, like Bijan with the Giants, look for Tyler Algier to have a day as well, man. I don't think it's all Bijan all the time. So anyway, Andrew, I think you're gonna move on. I think the earlier part of the season is indicative of how you're gonna finish. So yeah, that's Logan. That's getting me closer here. We picked all the same dudes up until that point, and then I went Andrew. So
Andrew put together a really good team, and he made a lot of good trades. And on paper,
Maestro.
no matter how it shakes out this week, he should be super proud of how, you know, he organized his team. I just don't see it. I got Chris. Sorry, bro.
quick question: if you had to bet the percentage of trades in the DOC that Andrew was involved in,
40%.
you think 40? I was gonna
I
set
would say
I was
50.
gonna set the over under at 60.
I'd say 50.
All right, so you're under 60. All right,
I'm under 60.
I have absolute no idea, but I might look into
I
it.
thought you knew the answer.
Nah, man. I just thought of it. But he traded so daggone much. Anyway, that was it. That was all the matchups, and this is what we thought. All right, guys, so that's how we think it's going to shake out, and you can bet on it.
Speaking of betting, we need to take a second to acknowledge that the PreCup parlay hit it 2 in a row for the first time all season. Finally got over the hump. Nice little win. And let me explain the absolute razor wire balanced on top of a volcano line we walked to hit this parlay this week. So Logan, we had Adam Thielen over 4.5 catches. How many catches did he have?
5.
5 on the nose. Think he got his 4th or his 5th with like 5 minutes left in the game.
Super late.
So that one, we could have landed a plane in that one. Nick, you had Zach Ertz 25 plus receiving yards. How many yards did he have?
He had 25 on a catch in the second quarter with one hand, in which he got concussed on and left the game.
Didn't play then. 25 on the nose. Beautiful. Thirdly, as we need the Commanders to win the second half to finish their win both halves individually, be leading after both halves individually, bet they blow a 20-3 lead. The Saints go down. and score the game-tying touchdown as time expires. But then they choose, because their season over, to go for 2 instead of tie it up and go to overtime, in which case we lose the bet because we're not leading at the end of the second half.
Yep.
And they don't get the 2-point. And so we just win right there. Any other outcome in that situation, we lose that leg. So we threaded a fucking spaceship through a needle hole, and we're making a big bet this week, and stay tuned to the end to see what it is.
Yeah, man, we'll get to that. That Commanders thing shouldn't have even been that close, man. They stopped the clock at 9 seconds for like a good 3 to 4 seconds, and then whatever.
Any one of the 3 missed Hail Mary length touchdowns to Terry McLaurin would have been helpful as well.
Yeah, for me as well. That would have been
Yeah. We could use a couple of them.
Oh, Lord. Anyway. Yeah, we won. But let's get into the pre-cup parlay in just a bit. First, we need to do a dynasty shot. We're here. It's the end of the season. Let's make the transition right now, shall we? Yep. Yeah, it looks good. There we go.
I gotta get over to sleep or something.
So, we got 2 matchups that matter.
Yeah.
There's only 4 of us left. Going for... Well, we don't have a cup in that one. We don't have anything in Dynasty. We gotta change that. We gotta figure that out. Alright, it's just for glory at this point. But we got 2 matchups this week. The semifinals are here. Logan, you are taking on Nate.
No.
Nope, that's wrong. I was looking at a different thing altogether. Logan, you are taking on Seth.
Yes. Kittle Rascals.
Woo, Lord. There was an off-season trade.
We don't need to talk about it.
I think we do. There was an off-season trade that happened between the 2 of you. Logan, I would like you to tell me why Seth is so good right now.
Well, it's hard to say, but I will talk about this particular trade. It was wearing on me that I didn't have a tight end, not a tight end that I trusted, I could rely on. I was good at every other position, and I had depth at quarterback, so I felt that I had the latitude to kind of stretch myself a little thin. And so I ended up giving Seth not only Josh fucking Allen, but I also gave him Jared Goff. And Terry McLaurin. And some other dude who's like not terrible. Like, there's another good piece. I think he was a wide receiver. Might have been a running back. I'm not sure. He was good. And then in return, I got Patrick Mahomes, which of course is Patrick fucking Mahomes. Arguably the best quarterback of all time. Still relatively young as far as quarterbacks go. That's a win. And I paired him with Travis Kelce. We've talked about it. It's a tight end premium league. 0.25 more per catch than other positions. Still premium. And that was my need.
Like plus, it's not quite premium.
And that was my need. And it was a stack. It's a sexy stack. Mahomes Kelce. That's fucking hot. So that was cool. I also got Raheem Mostert, which is fairly laughable at this point in time, but you got to remember the time the trade happened and beginning of the season, Mostert could have been the guy. So I got Mostert, and I got Michael Pittman, who I don't think very highly of, but he's still young, and I thought him and Richardson, who is my quarterback, could maybe hit it off, and that'd be a cool stack as well. So a lot of people rolled their eyes when the trade happened, but we weren't sure. And now we're kind of sure. You know?
Yeah, Josh Allen's pretty good.
He's
pretty good. Yeah, he's pretty good. I still don't know if I'd like him more than Mahomes' rest of career, but I certainly like him more than a Mahomes with a high ankle sprain in Week 16.
Yeah, for sure.
I'll
Oh
just
my
say about this
goodness.
matchup, Seth doesn't have to start Pollard, McLaurin, Ridley, Kincaid. Like, he's just like, yeah, I'm just putting these guys on the bench, and his starting lineup still looks really damn good. Adding James Conner at the deadline was a move that could have put him over the top here. Yeah, Logan, you got to start Anthony Richardson. That's not where you want to be.
Yeah. Nah, man,
I don't,
it's absolutely freaking ridiculous. Seth has the best team after that late season trade right before the deadline. And Logan, you're up against it, man. You got a ton of potential on your squad. There's a lot of guys, you got a lot of names who hopefully can go off for you and you know pull the David and Goliath upset here. But that's a tough draw getting Seth in this round.
yeah, it's tough. It wasn't easy getting Noah. I just lucked out that his team crapped the bed, and I gotta hope it happens again. Which seems unlikely because every single one of these guys, as you go down the line, are heavy hitters. Uh, kind of brutal. Losing Monty hurts. I mean, that was bad timing.
Sure.
That wasn't great. So now I got Jaden Reed in there and hoping he just finds the end zone. Yeah, it's an uphill battle. I might end up putting Mahomes in. I don't know. He's gonna play. He's practicing in full. He's not even on the injury report. So
I would probably start him over Richardson.
Yeah, probably.
yeah,
Well, I don't even know which one has higher upset. It's a mess. That's a mess. Good luck. Good luck with that decision.
I got Seth.
I'm pulling. Well, I'm pulling for you, man. But yeah, I think
Yeah,
Seth might get
he's
it.
here for sure. Glad I still have my first round pick.
Yeah, I have Seth's next year, and I liked it a lot more before he had Josh Allen and Jared Goff, as opposed to the quarterbacks that he had.
For sure. All right, let's get into the next one. Super important. It's me and it's Paul. Paul got me in the DOC last week. He's the defending champ. He's the favorite in this matchup, and he's got a super solid team. And if he takes me out of both, I will be very upset. Like Paul will become a mortal enemy of mine. I feel like just immediately, just like I kind of hate him now. So I hope you lose, Paul, because I don't want to hate you. I like you right now. But I've had a tough season, bro. It was, yeah, it started off super hot. And then let me just read you my IR slots right now. Stephon Diggs, great before he went down. Dak Prescott, not great before he went down, but serviceable as a QB2. Christian McCaffrey, who blessed me with like 2 weeks of relevance, and they weren't even great. But he's on the IR as well. But luckily, I had Jordan Mason, his backup, also on IR. No big deal. Had the wherewithal to get Isaac Garendo off the waiver before the season even started. I was like, dude, I'm just throwing this guy on my taxi. If he could be the future. He had a great combine. He ended up playing and being amazing, just great. Yeah, he's out this week. It's been a mess. Hope I win. Yeah, need something good to go. So hopefully I win. Paul,
I got
best of luck.
bad news for you. Paul's team's really good. He's already got 22 from Bo Nix, which he missed out on drafting Brock Bowers to get at Bo Nix. So, but it's paid off. Nix has been better than I thought he would be. Yeah, Paul's. It's got to be his running backs that let him down for you to have a crack to slip into here, Nick. You need Taylor and A-Chain to kind of not be that good, and you need Derrick Henry to show up this week. But Paul's gonna be playing for a 3-peat. I hate it.
Yeah.
Have y'all noticed how I love Sleeper? Whenever the conversation comes about, we move to sleeper. It's got my vote. But have you noticed how terrible sleeper is at projections in game?
No.
Bo Nix right now, he has 22.02, and he's projected 25.58, and there's 9 minutes left in the third quarter.
Yeah,
They're
that'd be tough.
projecting 3 fucking points the entire second half.
Not
He's
great.
having even a better game than Sleeper thinks he's had.
I've had
You got a
enough of
good
this.
team, man, but unfortunately, you live in a world where your season goes as far as the Jets go. And that's just right now it's going pretty well. And I guess both those dudes are like top 12 wide receivers like all year, which is
Yeah, they've been good.
gnarly to me. But you're asking for an awful lot. And Paul's pretty stout. So and as shitty as the projections are, the shitty projections have him beating you by like 30. So it might be worse. I don't know.
Right. Well, cheery. Sorry, Nick.
Yeah, no, super cool, Logan. I hope Seth kicked your ass.
Yeah, I don't think we're getting the Culture Bowl.
Oh, dude, if it happens, I'm whipping that ass. All right. That's enough of Dynasty. Let's move on to what actually matters here. And that is the pre-cup parlay, baby. 2 in a row. Anthony talked about it earlier. We got lucky, but it happened. So this week, because last week we won $214 and our bank account's currently sitting at 226, we're making a bit of a bigger bet. I'll kick it off. I'm going Mike Evans, 70 plus receiving yards. The guy has incentives in his contract to get over 1,000 yards and another touchdown. Baker knows it. Mike Evans knows it. The coaches, the whole freaking team knows what's going on here. I think they feed him the ball, and I think he's going to get there. I thought about going even higher than the 70, like, tick it up a few notches, but wanted to play it safe since, we'll tell you how much we're throwing on the line here in a bit. But that's sitting at minus 160, so I feel pretty good about that. Logan, what are you going with this week?
Oh, looked at a lot. Liked a lot, but I don't think I loved anything like I like this line here. I got Chase Brown versus Cleveland. 25 plus reception yards, sitting at minus 146 right now. He's done it 4 out of the last 5 weeks. You throw in a bye week, he's done it 5 out of the last 6 weeks. He actually didn't do it this past go around, but I'm calling it an anomaly. I think he easily passes that. Chase Brown, 25 plus receiving.
Yep. On DraftKings, it's sitting at minus 130, but FanDuel.
Things moving.
Yeah, I mean, we're good. We're good. So we're at minus 130 there. Ant, what are you doing?
You're going to throw in there Sam Laporta, 40 plus receiving. Knowing with David Montgomery, Goff is dealing. No reason not to keep throwing it around. Their defense is banged up, so hopefully there's points to be scored that they need on the other side. Chicago gave up 50 plus to Hawkinson last week, so and Laporta I think scored 3 touchdowns against them in the first game they played. Yeah, let's go Sam. He's been warming up.
Yep, that's sitting at minus 155. You like that? The total comes to plus 372, and we're gonna throw $150 on it, and that will pay out $709.
Let's go.
3 in a row, baby. Let's go. Woo! All right.
Very exciting.
Hey,
I'm pumped.
I'm excited.
I'm pumped.
Yep. Those are good picks.
Yeah, I feel good about it. Guys, we hit 2 in a row. Go ahead and throw your money on what we just said.
Hail.
It's going to happen. It's going to happen. All right, so that was it. That was everything we have to talk about, unless you guys can think of anything else.
Not a thing.
All right.
No, let's go.
All right,
Make
well
some
then.
finals, win some money, break some hearts.
There you go. Yeah, Anthony's got a lot to play for. Logan and I have some stuff going on in Dynasty. Big week for all of us. And gentlemen, it's a big week for everybody. It's Christmas. We're not going to see you before Christmas, so we want to wish you a very Merry Christmas from the PreCup to you all. And, best of luck this week. And until next week, Mother Cuppers, stay safe out there.
Merry Christmas, everybody.
Merry Christmas.